Certainly, we're all aware of a lot of voices that surround us throughout our day. News, media, social media, family expectations, inner voices telling us, whatever, good messages or bad. Great study last week on the importance of the inner monologue. I highly recommend having a look at that. But what strikes me is sometimes that inner voice is syncing up with some things that are out there. Things like, I should be doing more, I should be more, or those kinds of things where it's like a bad program that just keeps playing it over and over again, and it comes with it like these kinds of anxiety and fear, and that's the thing about all those voices. And of course, so into that cacophony, Jesus makes a clear statement here that I'm the voice you should be listening to. Okay, great, we get it. We see you're the shepherd, you're our guy, this is the person we're following. We should be attuning, as I was saying to the young people, attuning our ear to his voice, be looking for his voice. Got it, great. Next point, though, is a little more interesting in this sense. What was the other thing that he said he was? The gate. Have you ever heard of a church called Christ the Gate? We have Christ the Good Shepherd all over the place. I've never heard of a parish called Christ the Gate, and yet it's a title he himself gives. I am the gate, he says. Now, it's worth remembering what happened the chapter just before this, the verses just before this whole thing happens. And it's a story we heard during Lent. It's the guy born blind. Remember, it starts this whole big fight about how he got healed, and they drag his parents into it, and nobody wants in on this fight. And they end up coming at him, and you remember how it ends? They throw him out. That's how it ends. They're so sure they're right that they couldn't let the miracle stand. Get out. They throw him out. And Jesus meets him outside and goes, hey, how's it going? Oh, they threw me out. Chapter 10, I am the shepherd. I am the good shepherd. I'm the voice. I am the gate. And Jesus doesn't slam gates. Jesus is the gate. And gates do two really important things for us. They direct and they protect. A gate would, for us, direct us where to go and protect us if it needs to be closed. But that tells us something very important, too. And that is that not every open door leads to life. That's worth remembering. Thinking about that and which comes to us. That we're again trying to find the narrow gate, if you want to use another story of Jesus talking about the way in which we're setting out to follow him. And then you just step over into that first reading. Peter's talking to that community, and they're cut to the heart, it says, right? And then they just ask a simple question. What should we do now? Oh my gosh, we were listening to the wrong voice. We went through the wrong door, whatever analogy you want. And their response was what you would hope. It's just repentance. It's metanoia, to think again, to literally change your mind. What should we do? And Peter just, start over. Begin again, as St. Francis de Sales would say. Just begin again. Pick up today. Start over. You have that opportunity. Okay. And then you just move naturally right from there into the psalm, because it leads us right to the Eucharist. You have spread a table in front of me. And that this altar is the gate, isn't it? And that Jesus isn't some shepherd standing at a distance shouting out directions. He's right here with us, and he's giving to us himself. We don't move into the life of Jesus with idea and thought and intellect. We become more into the life of Jesus by receiving him. That's the opportunity that we have. And so, as we prepare ourselves to do that, we think about all those things, all the voices that can be so much noise around us. And hopefully, as we prepare ourselves for this Eucharist to receive him, And then to think about all the ways that we will encounter people and situations and things in our lives that aren't all going to resolve today or tomorrow or maybe anytime in the near future. We acknowledge, as we heard in the 23rd Psalm, that what God has promised us is he will be with us. And so then we look for this opportunity to say, how can I gently, lovingly, peacefully return to his voice? Maybe take a few moments to acknowledge, what are the voices that I'm currently listening to? And how do I recenter myself on his voice, on his leading me, and how he as a gate can protect and direct me to more abundance, as we heard at the end of this gospel, right? That he said that I came that they would have life and have it abundantly. That word, persissimos, it's not excessive, but it's more than you need, is what that word means. That's what he wants for us. That's the way of Jesus. And so while we may see many open doors and hear many voices, we want to be the people that train our hearts and our ears and our minds to follow Jesus. May God be praised.